Yo, people, welcome back to the EMAN Effect YouTube channel. And today we are talking about investing for your child, investing for your kids. So this is a really important topic. You know me, I'm really passionate about generational wealth and us building wealth, not just for ourselves, but for our children. And the reason this is really important is that for I met clients during my career who literally have been able to be where they're at because their parents and grandparents have put stuff in place that mean that they don't have to struggle. And sometimes we are in the workplace and you're like, rah, how come my colleague that earns the same salary as me is able to buy a house or able to do certain things, go on holiday so regularly, able to, but a lot of the time that's because things have been put in place so they don't have to pay for certain things. So I've had clients who, because of it, they had their private education paid for. They've had the deposit for their house paid for, their first car paid for, they've then wedding paid for. So imagine all of those things that we would normally pay for ourselves. They're because parents and grandparents have, whether that be inheritance, whether that be saving and investing, life insurance, these types of things that have been put in place have meant that they don't have to worry about all that. We are coming from a place where we have to think about it. And so while we're saving and trying to build for ourselves, somebody's already done it. And so then they can save and build and get to the next level, and they can add on top of what has been done before. And for me, that is generational wealth, but that's also how we get to financial freedom quicker. So I know how hard my parents had to work, and I know that I've not had to work as hard as them to get to a much higher platform because of the work because of what they've been able to do for me. So again, now I put in the work to make sure that my children don't have to work as hard to get to where I'm at, and they build and so on. And that's how it goes down the generations. You know what I mean? And for some of us, we are first generation born in this country, so we are starting off the process. But our children's children will benefit from the things that we put in place. And so having a culture, and this is what I want us to create, a culture of saving and investing for our children. I want that to be standard. I want that to be normal. We look at it in other cultures where we talk about a dynasty, they have a culture where they naturally put things in place. This is how we behave. And so what I found a lot of the time when I was sat down with clients is that they are doing financial stuff, like financial education. They are having life insurance, they are having child savings accounts, they are investing for their children, they are buying property, but they're doing that not out of the knowledge of sitting down with a financial advisor or so forth, but they're doing it because it's what their parents have done for them. And so they are then passing that on and doing it for themselves, and then doing it for their children. And their children will carry on because that's what we do as a family. Like in this family, you know, when you're born, account was made because somebody set up an account for you when you were a child, and then when you got older, you benefited from it. So you will do the same for your children because somebody done it for you. And these are the natural sacrifices that people are making, that is part of their family. It doesn't feel like, oh, I'm sacrificing, or I can't go on this holiday because I'm saving for my children. No, somebody sacrificed for me and put money away so I could benefit. And I benefited when I finished uni, or I benefited when I got married, or I benefited in able to do certain things. And so because of that, I'm going to make sure I do the same for my children. And that's generational wealth. And that's what I want us to start to create. So I don't want you just to start saving. I want you to make sure that you let your kids know this is what you're doing and this is why you're doing it. Okay. When it comes to saving for your children or investing for your children, the first thing you need to invest in for your children is their financial education. You need to open them up to money and finance and the importance of it. You know, I do stuff like the kids have piggy banks, and when they get money, they understand that they can't just spend all their money. It doesn't matter who gives them money. So they know that a part of it is going to go into their savings, into their piggy bank. A part of it is going to go into into their investment account. And obviously that's going to be for the future, saving for the future. And a part of it they can spend right away. And sometimes, obviously, we try and encourage them to say, give some to charity. So sometimes they're going to give money to charity. Sometimes they see people when we go to the supermarket or whatever, and they want to give part of their savings to help somebody. I feel like it's important to get them to also give back. I think it's important that they understand that there's a joy and there's a certain benefit that you get, or feeling that you get when you help somebody, and that it's good to have that feeling. It's good to help others, and you don't want to make money for yourself. You don't want to. There's a benefit in helping others, and there's a joy in helping others, and actually you should help others with a smile. And when you make money and you're blessed to get money, or you're blessed, someone's doing something nice for you and giving you money, it makes it even nicer when you can give a part of that away to someone else, and help them and help somebody else's life, and have a positive impact on somebody else's life. So these are the types of things that we try and do with our kids from early. Then also, little things like we got them a little till where they can take money in, put the amount in, and it pops out, and they can give change, and these types of stuff. So they get into the understanding of habits of having money, and money comes and money goes, and what they do with it and so forth, that they're exposed to that. We've got kids Monopoly that we play with them, so that again they're used to buying and owning and so forth. So plus obviously making them read books. My kids have read, or my older ones have read, Richest Man in Babylon. They've read Rich Dad Poor Dad. They've been exposed to that, and even Rich Dad Poor Dad has a children's version. So again, these are things that you can do to really invest in their education. I also help my kids by allowing them to do the shopping with us, so that they can get exposure to okay, these are my snacks, this is how much they cost, this is our budget, or we've got a 20 pound budget, or a 10 pound budget, whatever it may be, and this is how much crisps cost this much. So takes this, biscuits cost this much. We like that yogurt, it costs this much. We've run out of money, so what are we going to sacrifice, or what are we prepared to reduce? And then also in regards to the meals, these are the meals that we're thinking of having this week. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I want to have that. So when it comes now to the day and we make that food for them, and then one of them is going to say, I don't want that, I don't want to eat that, because I got 4 kids, so it's a madness in my house. But then one of them is going to say, oh no, I don't want that, I don't feel like having that. The other kids are going to say, no, but we agreed, we said that we wanted this, and it's been bought. I don't need to argue with them. I don't need to, because they were involved. And so now amongst themselves, they reason. And we've got this big thing in our house about what's fair. I think kids, we treat them as kids. And yes, I want them to be young. And, we still do Father Christmas and Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy and all of them things there. You know what I mean? Yes, I want them to have that child imagination and, enjoy what it is to be a child, and not have the responsibilities and burdens of bills and all of that type of stuff. But at the same time, I want to empower them to know that, money is something that's really important, and that they can be empowered to be in control of it, and that they're exposed to it from a young age, so they understand it more than just being consumers. I feel like, we only want to give kids money. What do you want from the shop? I can buy that for you. That's when they realize, money is for buying stuff. But actually, I want them to understand that money is for investing. Money is for, yeah, you can buy stuff, but you can also not buy stuff just for you. You can buy stuff that other people like and sell it, and then make money on top. And then you've made your money make you more money. These are the most important things when it comes to our children, is the financial education. The reason I say this is that some people will say, well, I haven't got enough money to even think about a child savings or investing or whatever. And I totally understand this. It can be hard, especially if you're a single parent, especially if you're in a low income family. I totally understand that. But financial education, you are making financial decisions every single day. And you can involve your children to a certain degree, so they understand that money doesn't just come from nowhere, that actually you have to go and work for it, and that there are natural costs to have a house, to have electricity, to keep the house warm, to eat food. These are costs that you are going through, and that they will have to go through at some stage. And I feel that it's so important that the burden is on us to teach our kids financial education, that we must first become financially educated so we can teach our kids. Don't allow them to rely on outside or the world or school or whatever, because not every school is going to provide you with that financial education. And what's going to happen is that they're going to learn from making a lot of mistakes. And I don't want that for our children. I want us to be empowered. I want us to have the knowledge so that we can pass it to our children, so they can feel free to come and ask us, I heard about a credit card, I'm thinking of getting it. What is it? How does it work? Should I get it? And we don't just say, no, debt is the devil, and run away. We actually can give real understanding, real context, so they can understand why we're pro or against certain things and what's available to them. I hope that made sense. I hope that was clear. And yeah, let's move on. So now, once you've educated them and so forth, I think a great thing that you can do for them is get a junior ISA. I think that's a really good way, but an investment one, not a cash one. Cash is not making any savings at the moment, not making any money at the moment. So if you want something cash for your children, I think premium bonds can be a big, good thing in the future. So it's going to take a while to build up, and you're not going to get much interest on it, and you're not going to win that much if you've only got small amounts in it. But I think you can build up premium bonds because what interest rates are 0.1, 0.7. There may be child savings accounts. Again, look on websites like Money Saving Expert or Money Supermarket. Go on savings, children's savings, and then it will show you the best rates. But if the rates are not great, I always think premium bonds are safe, secure. You can take it out, and once they build up to like 5,000, 10,000, you'll see that you're more likely to win once every 3 months, once every 6 months, and it can be 25, 50 pounds, 100 pounds, which is a lot more interest than what you would get on a typical savings account right now. So premium bonds are something to think about for cash savings for your child, and you can open it up and start building. And also grandparents can pay into that as well, so that allows, if your grandparents want to put money in for their birthdays or stuff like that, they can put it straight into premium bonds and it can start to build up. So that's good for cash. But if we're talking about once you want, and it is important to have some money in cash, because you may have emergencies for your child. There may be things that you need to buy for your child and you don't have the money, but you can get the cash you can get the money from their premium bonds or from the child savings account. Don't feel bad if you need to use child savings for your child. That's what it's there for, okay? But then for the longer term, you can look at a junior ISA, and again, Hargreaves Lansdown, Vanguard, Moneybox, Wealthify, all these platforms offer junior ISAs. Pick funds and you can invest for the longer term. I think things like the S&P 500, things that are mixed funds, so global funds that are invested all across the world, funds that give you exposure to commodities as well as stocks, as well as some in cash, some in bonds. These are good global funds that you can hold over the longer term. Okay, so those are the types of funds you should look at. So that's junior ISA. I think after the junior ISA, you can then look at the junior pension, where you can get a pension for your child. This is if you have the money, and you can put up to 3,600 in it. Well, it's 2,800 because the government give 20% to take it up to the 3,600. But you can put money into that and get 20% on top straight away and start saving for your child. And if you look at it with compound interest, if there was 3,600 going in for your child all the way up until your child was 18, and then that money was left, it could compound to, they say it can compound to £1 million by the time that your child reach retirement. So again, you're giving them a help. But even if it doesn't reach that, you putting money in, that is already helping them make sure that they have pensions in place for their future. So a junior ISA is a good option. I mean, a junior pension is a good option. So we've got investing your child's financial education is the most important. Then it's about having cash for your child. So like I said, premium bonds, or look on Money Saving Expert, Money Supermarket, and find the best child savings account that you can find. Okay. Then I would say it's about a junior ISA. And I would say that for stocks, so you pick funds, and like I said, you can use Moneybox, Wealthify, you can use Vanguard, Hargreaves Lansdown. These are all platforms that you can use for the junior ISA. And then the junior pension, again, Hargreaves Lansdown offer it. I believe Vanguard offer it as well. And these other platforms offer that as well. And so that's if you've got the extra amount and you can afford to put it in there, then put it in there and start building for them for the future. Okay, I hope that helped. I hope that made sense. I hope that was clear. Thank again for all your support. Any questions, comment below, put your questions. I'll try and answer them. Please like, share, subscribe, keep supporting the channel, and I will keep providing you with content, keep trying to add value, keep trying to answer your questions. All right, everyone, stay blessed. Thank you.